All right. Hopefully you clicked on this video because I'm holding some yogurts up and you're wondering why is he holding those yogurts. I'm going to explain what these yogurts are, but I haven't done a video in a little while and I was watching something on the news and I really got inspired about the idea between the two-party system and Republicans and Democrats. And I don't remember where I got this idea from or what inspired me or sparked me to kind of make this video, but I wanted to talk about the two-party system. And with the election cycle starting to heat up, and Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders and Jeb Bush and Rand Paul and Dr. Ben Carson and Ted Cruz, all these people you're hearing are jumping into the race, and all of the media coverage is surrounded by the Democratic nominee and the Republican nominee. Which has pretty much shaped, elections for the past, 50, 60, 70, 80 years, except for a few key elections where some third-party candidates made some noise. But if you look at Republicans and you look at Democrats, there are a lot of them within each party that actually believe the two-party system is really holding a lot of people back. And if you were to ask most Americans, they would agree with you that there's this problem that we have with Democrats and Republicans. And, I really get frustrated with people who don't pay attention to politics. And then I step back and I think about it. And I think to myself, if I was someone who really wasn't interested in politics and I was to take a look at the political landscape in America, I probably wouldn't be interested either. From a young age, it's always interested me, and I think I've just stayed in it. But I can tell you that looking from the outside in, if I was to look at it and I saw all of the division and I saw all of this bickering and complaining and the corruption and all the things that go along in government, I probably wouldn't be interested in getting involved in it either. And so instead of, I used to, make comments, kind of offhand, childish remarks about people who didn't really pay attention to politics. And it frustrated me because I thought, if these people don't ever get involved, we're always going to be in this terrible place. And I think it was Pericles who said, if you don't take an interest in politics, politics will eventually take an interest in you. And what he meant by that is, simply, you may not care about it, but eventually something's going to happen within government, within politics, that's going to affect your life, whether it be the recent passing of Obamacare, maybe your insurance premiums went up, or maybe you weren't able to afford health care in the beginning, and now maybe you do have health care. So some of these things are going to affect you. So I started thinking to myself, what is it that we have to do as a society to actually make this better for all of us? And I saw a really cool article, Chuck Todd, I guess, from NBC. A recent poll was just taken that says that 45% of voters now identify as independents, and that is, that's huge. And so the point I'm getting to here is we as voters have the opportunity to push where the system goes. So right now, Republicans and Democrats have a stranglehold on the entire system. And what I wanted to bring these yogurts in for was I wanted you to imagine a scenario. I shop at Publix. Love Publix, by the way. For those of you guys that don't live here in the South, you've probably heard of Publix. It's legendary, actually. But my point is, imagine if you went to the grocery store. I love Greek yogurt, by the way, too. Imagine you went to the grocery store and you went down the dairy aisle and you went to go buy your Greek yogurt. Some people, they love their Chobani yogurt. Some people, they get the generic brand. I personally like, of course, I like Liberté. So Liberté is my new favorite brand of yogurt. A lot of protein, it's really good. But imagine going down the grocery aisle and there was only 2 choices of Greek yogurt available. I wouldn't be very happy. Especially if it was Liberté and one other, I would be like, okay, I get my choice, but that still kind of sucks for other people that want, somebody else. Maybe they want Dannon, or maybe they wanted Chobani, or maybe they wanted the Publix brand, or maybe they wanted some other Activa. Ladies buy Activa for some reason that we won't get into in this video. But you would be pretty annoyed by that. And then you go down the soft drink aisle. Hopefully you're not drinking too much soft drinks, but you go down the soft drink aisle and there's only Coke and there's only Pepsi. Well, maybe you're a Dr. Pepper type of girl, right? So, why do we do this to ourselves with our politicians? That's essentially what we do is we have this marketplace of two ideas. It's Democrats and it's Republicans. And our marketplace of politics really resembles kind of a socialist or communist type society where there isn't any competition, there isn't any choices, multiple choices for people. You're kind of left with this line or you're left with that line. And I think what happens is a lot of Americans